Hello and salam. Welcome to Mom's Persian Kitchen. Today we are taping our 5th video, and I'd like to take this opportunity and thank all my followers and people who wrote their comment. I appreciate it. Actually, one of my subscribers watched the video for lubia polo and made it, and it looked good, and her family liked it.
Your mom's recipe.
That's good. And do you like the beans too?
Yes, I do like the beans too.
So if you make something and follow my recipe, please send it to me to momspersiankitchen@gmail.com. Today's recipe is Ghormeh Sabzi. Ghormeh Sabzi is one of the most popular stew in Persian cuisine. It is very hearty, very rich, and sort of on the soury side. And let's get started. The old fashion of making Ghormeh Sabzi that I'm used to, that my mother used to make and I used to make before, is you need fresh herbs. What kind of fresh herbs you need is leek, spinach, parsley, and fenugreek. You need a bunch of them, of each, and you chop them finely and then you fry them. But we are lucky enough to have the company called Kadbanou that makes it for you. It's all chopped and ready in frozen section in most of the international or Persian delicacy store, and sometimes I find them in Indian store too. And they have it fried already, which is ready to go, or is not fried. In my case today, it was not fried, and I fried it myself. So this is the herbs you need. That is, it's a green stew. It requires 1.5 onion, finely chopped, 3/4 of a kidney beans. Soak your beans in cold water. Let them sit there for at least half an hour. Rinse it, put fresh water, and do it again. At least 3 hours. The longer, the better. Dry lemon, which is also you have to find them in the Persian or Indian stores. It's a lemon that has been dry, but it's not a regular lemon that we use here. And this is a 2 pound of stewed beef or chunk beef. And of course, 1 cup of mozzarella oil, and salt and pepper, and turmeric, and a little bit of a garlic. You also need lemon juice. So let's start making our ghormeh. Okay, so the first step is to fry your onion. And I have already showed you in the previous videos to, in your non-stick pan, fry your onion finely and nicely so the color is changing and it's ready. And I'm gonna add the 1 clove of the garlic also. Okay, our onion is ready. I'm going to put it on the side. And in this pan, the big pan that the ghormeh is going to be cooking, I am going to add all my meat. And just mix it a little bit. The meat is on medium high, and I just cooked it for a few minutes. The color starts changing and you will see it. And I'm gonna add 5 cups of boiling or hot water to my meat. And add the fried onion and the garlic to it. And just stir it a little bit. And I'm gonna add the kidney bean to the meat and the onion, and you're going to mix it a little bit. At this time, I'm going to cover the pan and put it on high for 10 minutes. 10 minutes, the meat and the onion has been boiled and they're ready. At this time, I'm going to add the dry lemon or limo ammoni. The limo ammoni gives it a nice sour flavor. I like to make a little hole in them. The reason is you want the juice out. You don't want to eat the piece, but you want the juice out. So if I make a hole at the end of it, I just squeeze it and juice will come out. I have about 7 pieces. If you want it on a sour, if you don't want it so sour, you use less. So I'm going to add this, and I'm going to add the fried herbs that we have prepared before. So I just added 2.5 tablespoons of salt to our dish, half a teaspoon of pepper, and half a teaspoon of turmeric. And you mix it, and you cover it on medium, and you let it cook for about an hour and a half. And you check your meat, and if it's cooked, it's ready. If it needs to be cooked longer, you just let it cook longer. This dish always serves with white rice, which I'm going to show you quickly how to make it. In a pot, I have boiled 8 cups of water with some salt in it. It's boiling and it's ready. And I have soaked 2.5 cups of rice with salt in it for 3 hours or longer. Of course, it's a Basmati rice, and I soak it, and it's ready to be poured into the hot boiling water. Okay, I'm going to pour my rice that's been soaked and stir it. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of salt to it. Rice is like pasta making pasta, so you can be generous with salt. And you stir it, and you let it boil for about 8 to 10 minutes. You will check it. You don't want it to be too soft or too al dente. Okay, the rice has been cooked on a boiling water, and I touch it, it breaks in two very easily. So we are ready to strain it now. I'm gonna add 1 cup of cold water to our boiling rice and just let it sit a minute. And then we're gonna strain it. And I'm going to show you how to just make a tahdig, nice tahdig, and basically cook your rice. I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of oil, masala oil, to the bottom of the pan, and we're going to make a nice tahdig. Just spread it around. And I have cut up pita bread into pieces, and we're just going to lay them down on the bottom. I always like to add a little bit of saffron, beautiful color, beautiful flavor on the bottom of the pot too. And then the rice is just gonna nicely go in the pot. And you're gonna make it a little like a cone. We're gonna cook our rice for 5 minutes on high to basically crunch up the tahdig, and then lower it to medium and cook it for 40 minutes. In between about 15 minutes, we're gonna add some oil and water to it too. It's about 8 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes, depending on your heat. You hear it sizzling from the bottom of the rice. That means the tahdig is, it's cooking the way it should. And I'm gonna pour, this is a mixture of 1/4 of a cup of oil and 1/2 cup of just hot water that I'm gonna pour like over it. And you hear it, it sizzles. And we're gonna cover it with a nice clean cloth or paper towel and cook it for 35 to 40 minutes on medium low. Our rice is ready to be served. So before I put it in the main dish, the big dish, I like to take maybe 1 spoon of it and in 3 spoons of the saffron that we have dissolved before, and just pour it there and mix it. This is for the topping. We can check our khoresh now. It's been cooking for an hour. Squeeze the lemon, as I told you. Just squeeze the juice out and taste it for salt, for pepper, and the fresh lemon juice. This is 1 fresh lemon juice. I like to pour it and mix it. And it should be sort of soury, not too sour, but on the sour side. And you mix it and you let it cook for another 40 to an hour, depending. You want to check your meat, and it should be nice and tender. Our rice is ready. The tahdig looks good. The saffron on top looks good. It smells delicious. Our Ghormeh Sabzi looks good to me, and it's ready to be served. And usually I like to serve this with salad shirazi or chopped salad, which is cucumber, tomatoes, basil, parsley, any chopped vegetable, and a yogurt dish, and some radishes and herbs, and a drink called dough or a yogurt drink. Nushe jan. See you soon.